Welcome to my channel. Today in this video we will be unboxing this new printer. This is the Creality Ender-3 S1. This is the latest version in the Ender-3 series. As you will see, it is a highly improved version of the Ender-3 V2. Let's see that. Here we have first paper, a tip, as they call. Let me try to zoom it. Okay, here it says reduction speed 35 to 45 millimeters per second. Retraction distance for direct drive for rigid materials like PLA 0.8 millimeters. Retraction distance direct drive for soft materials like TPU 95 to 2 millimeters. The specific values of printing parameters need to be adjusted according to the filaments of different manufacturers. Good to know. Now, as usual at Creality, they have a very good packing system. Here we have the power cord, European one. Okay, here we have some stickers, Creality stickers. We have a spatula. We have the warranty paper, warranty document. We have the quick installation guide. And inside here we have also some stuff. Let's see that. Okay, we have the nail for the nozzle. We have a spare nozzle. We have the screws. We have a spare D-stop. We have some iron wrenches and a screwdriver. We have the captures. Here we have an SD card and an adapter, an SD card adapter. Here we have the support for the LCD screen. Here we have some filaments, white filaments. Here we have the cable clip. Here we have the spool holder. It comes with a mounted filament runout sensor here. Here we have the extruder. I think this is the most important improvement of the printer. The extruder, will come back on that later. Okay, inside here we have the LCD screen, 4.3-inch LCD display. Okay, here we have the gantry with double Z axis and 2 step motors. We'll come back on that later. And here we have the base with the main board. Let's see. Okay, now we're going to set up the printer and we'll come back on the other aspects. Okay, first thing we're going to mount the extruder on the gantry. We will use these 3x6 screws. There it is, the extruder is mounted. It's very simple to install. You just place it and you screw. You put these 4 screws. Let me try to zoom it. You put these 4 screws here. Now we're going to put the gantry on the base. We'll use these M5 by 45 screws. Now we are going to look at some of the features for this printer. The first one we will look at is the extruder. I think this is the most important upgrade for this printer, the extruder. Here we have the Sprite dual gear direct extruder with a pancake motor that makes it lighter than the other extruders with only 210 grams. It is compatible with many filaments, including the flexible filaments, and the dual metal gears inside ensure a very smooth feeding and unloading of the filaments. Another advantage of this extruder is that you can plug it and unplug it very easily. You no longer need to fight against the wires to connect them to the main board, and most of the elements are connected using GST connectors. For example, here you have GST connectors. To unmount the extruder, just remove these 4 screws and you can take out this extruder very easily. Now at the top we have the cable clip that makes it easy to plug in and plug. You have this lever to load and unload the filament. You can also use this wheel to load or unload the filament very easily. Next, we have here a CR Touch bed leveling tool with 16 probing points, which included the precision of the bed leveling. It also has a metal point that makes it stronger to avoid breaking the probing point. Now here we have the SD card slot and a mini USB port. Now this improvement here is that you no longer have a mini SD card, but you have a full SD, a larger one, which is a good improvement. Here you have a nice and huge drawer. Now here we have a 4.3-inch LCD display, just like the Ender-3 V2. But the difference here is that there are some changes in the firmware. You also have power saving option because it dims out the screen after 5 minutes of inactivity. We also have these belt tensioners both on the X-axis and the Y-axis, which is very important to adjust the belts. At the top here we have a filament runout sensor that comes with a spoon holder. Another important improvement is the cable management. Here, for example, you have one single cable coming from the motherboard, and there is a cable clip here, and you just clip it on the extruder here. For the bed also, the cable has been improved. Now it's much stronger, and as you can see here, the way it is plugged to the bed, it's really very strong. Here we have the connecting ports for the Z-axis motor, the filament runout sensor, and an expansion interface. You no longer need to open the motherboard to connect them. You just connect them here and they go directly to the motherboard. Here we have dual Z-axis, which ensures the highest stability and precision of the X gantry. We have 2 lead screws, one on the right and one on the left, with a step motor for each lead screw. Another improvement here is the bed. We have a PC spring steel print sheet. This makes it very easy to remove the models by just bending the sheet. It also has a very good adhesion. Now for the other parameters, we have the FDM technology, that is the field deposition modeling. We have a build size of 220 by 220 by 270 millimeters. We have a maximum printing speed of 150 millimeters per second. Also, for the temperatures, the bed can be heated up to 100 degrees C, and the nozzle can be heated up to 260 degrees C. For the supported filaments, we have PLA, ABS, PETG, and TPU. As you can see, the prints are very clean with all the details. I should precise that all these prints have been done directly after setting up the printer. No tweaking of the slicer, no other settings. Just print it from the SD card that came with the 3D printer. And as you can see, they are very clean.